Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am Dr. Goat. Today I'm trying to get my Subi back together. I know I didn't tell you guys anything about this, but I actually put coilovers on it the other day. I got the Fortune Auto 500s. They were just under 1400 shipped, and they actually went on pretty dang easy. I was surprised. I didn't record it because I honestly thought it was going to be a lot more of a hassle than it really was. But in the process of doing that, I somehow managed to pull the axle out on the front driver's side here. So today I need to loosen up that axle nut, pop that out so I can tap that in. That's the only way I really know how, honestly, to do that. I also managed to strip a couple of the lug nuts on the rear, as well as the studs, of course. So I got a couple new studs to put on, and I went ahead and got some new Mishimoto neochrome studs. I'll let the boys decide which ones I should get, but I think they're pretty cool. So I got that, and then I also got, since pulling that axle out and I could see it was leaking already, I got some new transmission gear oil. I've heard some good things about this modal. I don't know how to pronounce it. Heard some good things about this, so I'm going to go ahead and change the transmission fluid as well as the fluid in the rear diff there. So yeah, if I can get that axle on, you can probably hear the boys screaming in there. If I can get that axle back in, the fluids changed there, those studs on, and then new lug nuts on, then I'll go ahead this week and get an alignment on it. And yeah, so hopefully at the end of this video here, you'll be able to see her sitting down on the ground and see how she looks. Okay guys, so I just got the axle back in, which I will show you in just a second what I was talking about with that. But I loosened a couple things up out here, the axle nut and whatnot, which I may not have actually needed to do. I was more than likely just being a wimp trying to push it back in before, but I'd used some good force on it, but I was able to slip it back in. It kind of felt like it was catching. I gave it a little twist and then it just kind of popped in. So hopefully that's good. Like I said, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so slipping under here. Right here's what we're looking at. This is our guy right here. This was just this end of the green right here was slipped back probably about to here, and I believe it was still actually lined up in there with the splines, and I just had to kind of shove it in. I believe that when I was putting the coilovers on, that I was probably wiggling shit around hard enough to kind of pry it out. So I got that back in. Like I say, the trans here is a little wet, so I'm going to lift the rear end of the car up now, get that on stands. Like I said, I'll tighten all this up, and yeah, I'll tighten all that up, and then we'll do all the different lug nuts and whatnot when it comes to that time. But for now, I think we'll probably get around to changing the fluids in the trans and the differential back there. Okay, everything is tight once again. I have the whole car up on stands now. I'm going to get my drain pan around, start draining the transmission fluid, and then I'll probably actually throw the front wheels on with those new lug nuts while that's draining, just to get that part out of the way, because the studs I have to replace are on both of these rear wheels. So I can essentially kind of get the whole front end taken care of right now. So I almost just forgot about mentioning this, but this big Torx bit that you need for this, I'm not even sure what size it is. I had a T55 and that didn't even fit, so I'm thinking it's like a 75 or something, not sure. But anyways, didn't have that, didn't have an Allen wrench big enough to fit in here. But what did work, I have these fancy cheap, I believe they're pretty cheap, Cobalt brand, these little plier things, and what they actually do, let me show you here. So I was able to use these to get the plug off, and when they go around something like that, so you can put them right around to whatever you want, and it kind of clicks and locks in. So yeah, I was able to actually snap them on there and it twisted right off. So these are pretty cool. But anyways, the trans fluid is just about drained now, so I'm going to go ahead, put the plug back in, and then I am going to go ahead and refill this. Okay guys, so I guess I will not be putting the new lug nuts on because I don't pay attention to things. Honestly, when I ordered them, I just went on Google, typed in 2012 Subaru WRX lug nut size. It popped up with a little banner across the top to shop. I've seen the Mishimotos just like this, and they had the multiple colors. I just clicked on it, ordered. Going to put them on now. I found out these, which are the correct size, are the M12 by 1.25, and I ordered the M12 by 1.5. So it's Sunday. I'm trying to get a hold of Mishimoto. I sent him an email. I'll try to get a hold of him tomorrow to see if I can exchange them for the correct size. Hopefully I can do that, and hopefully I'll still be able to get these new lug nuts on this week. Otherwise I'll just have to go buy a couple cheap little ones from a auto parts store so that I can drive it and get it somewhere to get in alignment. But yeah, that kind of sucks. So for now, I'm just going to leave the wheel right off, and I'm going to go ahead and drain the fluid in the rear differential, change it out. Then I'll probably go ahead and try to get those studs done at least, so that, you know, everything's ready for when I get those studs. So a little setback, but we'll get it taken care of. So I just realized that some of the banging that I've been hearing going on in this car has probably been from the exhaust hitting right here, because it wiggles quite a bit. And that just made me notice that I'm missing a little hanger rubber. Check this out. Right there, see? We got this one. Missing one right here. If I had that, that probably wouldn't be banging around like that. So I'm gonna need to get one. But that should be an easy fix for a lot of the banging that's been going on down here. Woo. Lord almighty. I just realized I should take someone's advice off of that video that I watched before about that you should make sure that you can actually get the fill plug out before you drain the fluid, as I'm literally about to drain the fluid and just having a tough time getting the drain plug out. So let's see if we can actually get that. Okay. Well, this one was full. Okay, so rear differential fluid is now changed. I was struggling there too. That aftermarket exhaust was pretty much right in the way there, so I had to squeeze my one funnel there in pretty tightly and made a little bit of a mess. Not nearly as bad as up front with the transmission, but I'm gonna go ahead, take this wheel off, and see if little Dr. Goat can figure this out. Oh, wow. I need rear brake pads too. Wow. Yeah, those are shot. Sweet. So I'm gonna wrap this video up right here. Basically what ended up happening was these both rears here brakes were seized up, like completely seized up, and I had a heck of a time getting the rotors off. At least this side I really did. And yeah, I got them off, got the new studs on each side, so I had to go get new rotors and new pads. And then after doing that, found out that my calipers were both seized up, so I had to go back and get that. So I've spent quite a bit of money tonight just in getting all that stuff. And of course, when I got all that new stuff, these bolts that I have partially in here that are rusty were my old ones to this old set, and they are not the same thread as the new ones. So when I go back tonight to return the cores, I'm gonna have to take that in there with me to get the proper bolts. So more than likely I'm not gonna get this thing put back together tonight, but either tomorrow or Tuesday I'll have it wrapped up. and then hopefully getting the correct Mishimoto lug nuts. But we're getting there. Like I say, this whole new brake setup on the back here cost me quite a bit more than I was expecting, because I didn't think I was going to have to do it. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed seeing me struggle, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Drop a comment down below if you've got any questions about any of this. And as always, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.